So as per the poll, whatever responses I got, the majority of you requested that you wanted to learn about trading across DEXs or like trading across multiple chains. And the next topic I think was ICOs and IDOs and even NFTs, like both were close. Okay, I'll try to cover like whatever I can. Okay, yeah. Trading across chains is one of the thing like which is really important. I mean, if you want to do something in crypto, you need to understand how to trade across different chains. Okay, so last time, if you remember, I have I have discussed like what are the differences between a DEX and a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange. Okay, so when you are in a centralized exchange, it doesn't matter to you, what chain it is, because that is taken care by your centralized exchange. Okay, but as I said, the disadvantage of a centralized exchange is two things. One, you don't get access to a lot of tokens. A lot of tokens are present on the decentralized exchanges. And another thing is, when you're trading on decentralized exchange, all the like whatever tokens you hold, you have the complete control on it. They cannot block it, they cannot do anything. Okay, so that is the advantage of a decentralized exchange. So, and it's very, very important for you guys to learn how to trade on decentralized exchanges. Okay, and within decentralized exchange also, you should know, what does it mean by trading on a Binance Smart Chain? What does it mean by trading on Matic Network? Okay, so you'll keep hearing a lot of things saying, this is on Matic Network, this is on Polygon, this is on like Binance Smart Chain. So you need to understand like what that means and how you will be able to trade with that. Okay, so let me just share my screen and show you certain different coins. Okay, different tokens. Okay, and then I'll walk you through how to set up a simple MetaMask wallet and how to trade across DEXs. Okay, so let me know when you see my screen. Is everybody able to see my screen?
Yes, Rajesh, we can.
Okay. So for example, okay, yesterday I said like EXZO, that's a coin. Like I said, like it's a good coin with a lot of good fundamentals, and I asked you to start a position in that if people know how to trade with the DEX. Okay. Again, I get a lot of questions saying whenever I post a token, they say it is not available on crypto.com, it is not available on Coinbase. Okay, no, majority of the coins will not be available on these exchanges, because for a coin to list on an exchange, they have to pay a huge amount to the exchange. Okay, they have to pay an exchange fee, as well as they have to provide liquidity. Liquidity means, let's say like a coin started trading on an exchange. Okay, and suddenly, and people want to sell, like there is some bad news and people want to sell that particular token. Okay, so the token, the company or the organization or the team which is owning this token, they have to give them a huge amount. They give the exchange a huge amount of money. Generally, it's always 50-50. Let's say they want to provide a liquidity of 5 million, means they will give 2.5 million worth of their tokens, and they need to give 2.5 million worth of regular currency, USDT, stable coins. Okay, so to people, if they want to sell, exchange will give them from the USDT or USDC, and if people want to buy, exchange collects the USDT and gives it to the team. So they have to provide huge amount of liquidity to centralized exchange, and also the scrutiny is too high. Okay, in order for a token to be listed on centralized exchange. Okay, so that's why if you see majority of the coins, 99% of the coins, they first list on decentralized exchange. Okay, so whenever I post a token, or if someone else like says like, hey, this token is good, go and buy. Okay, I get a question, where do I buy? It's not available. So CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, these are two good sites which will give you all the information you want. Okay, so this is an example, like I said, like EXZO. Okay, so how do you know where to buy? Okay, so just go to search the token on CoinGecko, and if you scroll down, it's giving you, okay, where you can buy. It says like exchange is PancakeSwap exchange, and this is the pair EXEO and WBNB. Okay, so if you see here, it says PancakeSwap. Okay, now let me take another token. Okay, so let's say I say buy Colony. Okay, how do you figure out where to buy? Okay, again, just scroll down and it will give you. Okay, so these are different places you can buy your tokens. Okay, so always either this or you can CoinMarketCap. Sometimes what happens is CoinMarketCap gives you more exchanges because this is like more updated. So you can always check in both. Okay, CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Okay, so you search in both and it should give you a pretty good idea where it's selling. Say for example, again, let's search the same Colony token. Okay, go here. Okay. Okay, just click on the market tab. Here in CoinGecko, you scroll down, but whereas in CoinMarketCap, you just click on the market tab. Okay, and it'll give you where it's listed. Okay, so here it's showing you only MEXC. Okay, but if you see here, it's also trading on TraderJoe, Pangolin, okay, and all that stuff. Okay, so again, within this, some of them are decentralized exchanges, some of them are centralized exchanges. How do you come to know about it? Like it's based on your generally if you keep on doing trades, you will understand what is a decentralized exchange and what is a centralized exchange. Okay, so in this case, TraderJoe and Pangolin both are decentralized exchanges. Okay, so generally, if you see, there is decentralized exchanges always have something like tokens starting with W. Okay, see if you remember, if you know, AVAX is a token, but there is something called a WAVAX. Okay, similarly, if you see, BNB is a token, but you have a WBNB. Okay, these are all wrapped. They call it as wrapped. So in order to enable trading on exchanges, they will wrap it into they'll wrap it into a decentralized form. That's why you will see W. So wherever you see W, you can imagine that this is a decentralized exchange. Okay. So if you see here, AVAX is wrapped. Okay, and here you have to buy with wrapped BNB. Okay, so that means this is one chain where everything you buy or sell using BNB. Okay, and this is another chain where you buy and sell everything with AVAX. Okay, so these are different chains. Now, how do you what is meant by a chain? Okay, so a simple example I can give for a chain is in phones you have Apple, Android. Okay, so these are two different ecosystems. So similarly, in crypto you have chains. Okay, you have a Ethereum chain. Okay, you have a Binance Smart Chain. Okay, then you have an AVAX chain. You have a Polygon chain. Okay, you have a Cosmos chain. Okay, so these are like 5 very common. But like if you go, like there are like so many. Everybody is coming up with their own platform. So you can find like many chains. Okay, so sometimes you buy with AVAX. Sometimes you have to buy it on Binance Smart Chain. Sometimes you buy on Ethereum Smart Chain. Okay, so these are all different chains, and all these things for all these things you need to have something called a wallet. Okay, now again, wallets also come in your different wallets. Okay, two of the most common one you will hear is MetaMask wallet and Trust wallet. Okay, so Trust wallet is a recent entry. I mean, MetaMask is there since long, maybe like 4 or 5 years. Okay, but it has become popular since 2017. Okay, so first thing, in order for anybody to trade across DEXs, means in a decentralized exchange or any of the chains, okay, the very first thing you need to do is you need to have a MetaMask wallet. Okay, so simply you open up your whatever is your browser. Okay, it could be Brave, it could be what do you say, Chrome, it could be your Opera, whatever. Okay, even Apple. Okay, whatever is. So simply say go and just say metamask.io and hit enter, and by default it should give you an option to install on whatever is your browser. So your browser extension is a simple thing. Okay, so always say install MetaMask for browser. Okay, whatever is a browser. Here I am like using Brave for an example because I already have it on Chrome. I cannot reinstall. Okay, so simply say add to Brave. Okay, so add it. It will take some time and it will install. Okay, I've given this multiple. I mean, I've given multiple videos about this, but I thought I still keep getting questions saying, how do I do it? How do I, add extension, or how do I set up MetaMask? Okay, so once it is installed, you will see this. So you need to plug it in. So if you see, click on this extensions and pin it. So then you will see the MetaMask browser. Okay. Now, when the first time, whenever you install MetaMask, it'll ask you to create a wallet. Okay. So again, you can always, like, there are help videos. You can always go through that, but I'll just summarize it for you. Okay. So just click on this. Okay. Get started. So you can, I mean, if you are completely new, then I would say, like, go ahead and create a wallet. Okay. So it'll again it is telling you that you will have the complete control over the keys. So it's going to give you some kind of a password kind of thing, or we call it as a seed phrase. That is very, very, very important. Okay, if you lose that seed phrase, whatever money is there in the wallet, it's gone. Nobody can give you back that money. Even if MetaMask wants, it cannot give you. So it's very important that you know exactly what you are getting into. Okay. So a lot of people, when they write the seed phrase they copy it into a notepad, they put it on like some, like in a, pen drive or anything. But my suggestion is store it in as many places as possible. Okay. Store it in your pen drive. Store it like write it in a notepad, encrypt that particular notepad and put it somewhere. At the same time, take a piece of paper or multiple pieces of paper. Okay, write it down. Whatever is your seed phrase, write it down on that. Okay, and have multiple copies of it. Okay, and store them separately, because this is, if you start trading on it, like, maybe you will be storing $10,000 on it, $20,000 on it, 40,000, 50,000, depends upon whatever is your limit. So, but whatever money is there, you will lose if you lose your seed phrase. Okay, so that's very, very important. So store it in multiple places before you transfer any money. Make sure you are able to access one of your family member is able to access, okay, the MetaMask, okay, from different computers. You can access the same wallet from multiple systems, okay, as long as you have the seed phrase. Okay. So just say agree to everything. Okay, and it'll ask you for a password. Okay, I'm not saying this is not the password, which is very important. This password is only to access MetaMask from this system. Okay. So every time you don't have to enter the seed phrase. So you're setting a password, but this password is only useful on this system. If you want to use the same MetaMask wallet on a completely different system, it's going to give you a seed phrase in the next screen. Okay, so that you need to store. Okay, so again, write this password also, no question. Okay, so I'll simply give something. This is not, I'm not going to use this wallet, so that's why I'm sharing with you. So simply say agree the terms and click on create. Okay, so again, whatever password you're giving here is only to access this MetaMask wallet on this laptop or this system. Okay, so again, if you see here, this is what is very important. Okay, so if you see, he is telling what does it mean, you can read through. Okay, so he's telling it's a 12-word phrase that is the master key to your wallet and your funds. Okay, if you lose it, you're gone. All the money is gone. Okay, again, never share. Nobody is going to ask you for your seed phrase. Okay, so there are so many scammers. Okay, people will tell you, he'll ask you for a seed phrase, but nowhere you need to provide your seed phrase. Very important thing. Nowhere, if anybody is asking for your seed phrase, then it's a scam. Okay, if an unknowing person is asking for a seed phrase, they have complete control on your wallet. Okay, so only share your seed phrase with your closest family members whom you want to have complete access onto your wallet. Okay, so that's what he's going to tell in this video, and you can read it here. Okay, so click on next. Oh, sorry. Okay, just a minute. Looks like it is stuck for me. Okay, so this is I remember, if you remember, I gave a password, and in order I gave the same password to unlock it on my machine, on this machine. So similarly, if it is asking you for something, I don't know, this next button is not working, but basically it will give you a seed phrase. Okay, that's all it's going to ask for. It's going to ask you for a seed phrase, and make sure you note it down. Sorry, just let me close this. Okay, so once it is done, okay, you will have a browser. Okay, so you'll have this particular extension, and it will by default create a wallet. Okay, for example, if you see, this is your wallet address. Okay, once you share your note down your seed phrase and all that stuff, it will by default create a wallet. Okay, so again, if this wallet, like it's a alphanumeric number. Okay, so this is your identity in order to do any transaction. That's your wallet address. So if you want to send funds or receive funds or whatever it is, this is the wallet you are going to use. Okay, next is if you remember, I told you about chains. Okay, there are different chains. Okay, I showed you like a Binance Smart Chain. Then I showed you something called an AVAX chain. Okay, then I showed that there is something called an Ethereum chain. Okay, depending upon what token you want to transact, you will have multiple chains. Okay, you can set up multiple chains. Okay, for example, if you see, I have like multiple. See, Ethereum is one chain, XDAI is another chain or network. Okay, Phantom Opera is one. Then see, like there are so many. Okay, again, within these chains, you have something called testnet and mainnet. Mainnet is like real. Okay, so if you're working on mainnet, means it's real money, real transactions, and all this stuff. Okay, but if you work on testnets, okay, so generally whenever a new project is listed, okay, generally if they are testing it, then they will tell you like it's a testnet. Okay, so you can set up both test transactions and as well as real chains and both test chains. Okay, so you can always search. For example, if you want to set up Binance Smart Chain, you can simply go to Google and say set up Binance Smart Chain MetaMask. Okay, so it will give you the instructions. Okay, so all you will do is you go to your MetaMask. Okay, and you click on this drop down and you say add network. Okay, so it will take you to a page where you need to give the name, RPC URL, chain ID, currency symbol, and block exploits. All that information you can find it on Google. Okay, anything. Okay, so if you click on that, it will tell you like how to set up the chain, how to connect, and all that stuff. So that information will be given here. Okay, so if you see here, that's exactly what he's telling. So network name is Smart Chain, new RPC URL is so and so. Okay, chain ID is so and so. Symbol is BNB, block explorers. That's the exact information here it's asking. Okay, similarly, you can set up Polygon chain. So you can set up Avalanche chain. You can set up Cosmos chain. You can set up XDAI chain. So there are like multiple chains depending upon what are the different tokens available there, what transactions you want to do. There are multiple chains available. Okay, but common ones are Ethereum and Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, and AVAX is like slowly coming up. Okay, but if you have Ethereum as well as and Binance Smart Chain, you can buy 90% of the tokens. Okay, I would say start with Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. Okay, so now once you set up, okay, once you set up, you can see the same wallet address. For example, see, this is my wallet address, whatever is my wallet. So same wallet address, I can use it on Binance Smart Chain. I can use it on a different network. Even if I change my network, okay, I can have the same wallet address across multiple chains. Okay, so let's say I have like $1,000 in Ether and $1,000 in Binance Smart Chain. So it will not show you like 2,000 in one chain. So when you switch to Ethereum, it will show you your Ethereum balance. When you switch to a different chain, it will show you that chain's balance. Okay, so every chain is a different ecosystem. So balances on each chain are not clubbed. So if you have money on one chain, you cannot access them on the other chain. Okay, and vice versa. Okay. So this is how you set up your chains. Any questions in this? This is very important because without without being able to set up chains, you'll not be able to do a lot of trading. Okay, I don't see any questions. If anybody has any question, please feel free to type it. I don't see any questions here, so I assume everybody is clear about it. Okay. Now next question. So again, I get asked this question again. Okay, so again, let's say let me go back to CoinGecko and let's say you want to buy EXZO. Okay, so this is the token you're planning to buy. Okay, so if you go to the markets, okay, so it says you need to buy with WBNB. Okay, you need to buy with WBNB. WBNB is nothing but just BNB, which is wrapped. Okay, but not again. You can buy with other tokens. So for example, let me just do a small dummy trade with you guys, and I'll show you. Okay, so if you see here, it says EXZO and WBNB. So I need to have BNB in order to buy WBNB. Okay, how do you trade? Okay, so the very first thing is whenever you want to buy a token, okay, every token has something called a contract. Okay, so again, you generally don't search with the token name. Okay, you always have to search with the contract name. Okay, so if you see here, it is showing you. Okay, this is the contract. Okay, so you need to copy this particular contract, because what happens is a lot of times you will there will be the same coin with there will be multiple coins with the same name. For example, let me show you. Okay, so if you see chess, so if somebody says like buy chess, how do you know which chess it is? Okay, because if you search with name, you will get more than one. Okay, so generally whenever there are hyped up projects coming into the market, so there is a scammer always who creates the same token name. Okay, so that people simply go and buy that. Okay, so that's why always never identify a token with the ticker. Okay, with chess. Okay, always you need to identify the token with the contract. Even though the ticker is same, contract will be different. Okay, so contract is the unique key. So no two tokens will have the same contract. Okay, so make sure whenever you're buying on a DEX, always come to CoinGecko, copy the contract from there, and then go to the exchange. Okay, so if you see here, it said it's available on PancakeSwap. Okay, so the exchange is PancakeSwap. So I went to PancakeSwap. Okay, then I simply click on, by default it will take you onto the trade. Okay, otherwise click on trade. Okay, and the very first thing it's going to ask you is connect. Okay, so now you need to know which. Okay, now this website, for example, this PancakeSwap connects always to BNB Smart Chain. Okay, so before connecting, make sure you are in Binance Smart Chain. So you go to your MetaMask and you select the Smart Chain here. Okay, so if you are in something else, I'll show you another example also, but if you're in something else, you select the corresponding network. Okay, so I am in Binance Smart Chain. I'll click on connect wallet. Okay, so it's going to ask you, these are different wallets. As I told you, MetaMask and Trust Wallet are like very common. Okay, so I click on that and it's going to ask you for a confirmation. Okay, or if you have multiple wallets, it's going to ask you, hey, which wallet do you want to connect? Okay, for example, I have like multiple wallets. I say like I connect the first wallet. Okay, so I connected. Okay, now my wallet is connected. Okay, it doesn't mean all my funds and everything are still in my wallet, but I can trade it. Okay, so now if you see here, it says I need to have BNB in order to buy XO. Okay, but again on a DEX, okay, it provides you flexibility. First thing is what you need to do is you need to copy the contract. So you don't search with the name. Okay, you copy the contract and then you go here. So so this is the this is it too. Okay, so let's say I want to buy with BNB and I want to buy XO. So first you click on this drop down and paste your contract here. Okay, so it will give you what is your contract. So based on the contract, it will give you this token. Always search with this. Don't search with your name. Okay, and whatever balance you have, it will show you. Okay, now let's say like I have very little BNB. I don't want to trade with BNB. I want to buy with something else. You can always select a different token. Okay, by default, it's going to change your token into BNB and buy it. Okay, so let's say I want to buy with USDC or USDT. You can simply type that particular thing here. Okay, so even though it shows that you need BNB to buy it, you can buy with something else. Okay, whatever is the token you want to buy with, you can buy with that. Okay, so for example, let's say I want to buy with US DC. Okay, so so I want to buy with USD. So whatever amount you want, you can, let's say I want to buy for $50. Okay, so I simply put 50 and it will tell me how many tokens I have. So for $50, I'm going to get 85,000. Okay, so you can swap. Okay, sometimes what happens is when you it might ask you if you're doing the transaction first time, it will say approve USDC. So that's a transaction. Okay, so you will have to first approve and then swap. Okay, so and then for some tokens, what will happen is there is something called a slippage tolerance. Okay, I would leave that to you to figure out what a slippage tolerance is, but they will tell you what is a slippage tolerance. They'll say put the slippage tolerance as like 5%, 10%, 2%, or whatever it is. Okay, so you can always click on this settings, and here you can set up what is your slippage tolerance. Okay, and speed of the transaction, standard, fast, and instant. So this is like the more fee you pay, the faster the transaction is. For Binance Smart Chain, you don't have to do anything. By default, the system and the PancakeSwap will understand. Okay, so whatever, so you put whatever amount, let's say like $10, $20, whatever it is, you can put and buy. Okay, again, in all dexes, the fee is not based on the amount you buy. The fee is fixed. Okay, whether you buy $10, the fee is fixed. Whether you buy 20, 30, 40, whatever, or $10,000, the fee is fixed. Okay, so make sure. Again, on Binance Smart Chain, it's like very, very minimal. It's in cents. So I mean, nothing is going to happen even if you do multiple transactions. But on other chains, it might be a little more. Like on Ethereum, it is like around $100. Okay, so be careful when you're doing on Ethereum. I don't suggest anybody to do transaction on Ethereum chain until you know what you're doing. Okay, so you simply click on swap, and it will pop up your MetaMask asking you for confirmation. Okay, see, for example, if you say it's not allowing me to do a transaction, so this is where you increase your slippage. Okay, so so sometimes you might get that error. So just increase your slippage and try. Okay, sometimes 12, sometimes 15, depending upon the tokens, you might have to increase your slippage. Okay. Okay, if everything is good, it's going to pop up a transaction for you. And here it's going to tell you what is the fee. Okay, estimated gas fee 0.0025 BNB. So each BNB is like $500. So this will come around some cents. Okay, so if you are happy with the fees and all that stuff, you click on confirm. Automatically, your $50 will be deducted, and whatever is the XO he has given here, that will come. If you are not happy, if you don't want to do it, simply reject it. Okay, so that's how you do a transaction here. Okay, so this is PancakeSwap. Okay, similarly, if you want to do a transaction on Uniswap, okay, that's on Ethereum chain. Okay, so let me go to so Uniswap works with Ethereum chain. Okay, so you need to have Ethereum chain set up on your MetaMask wallet, otherwise you'll not be able to trade. Okay, so now if you see here, I am on Binance Smart Chain. So if you see, we did it, we tried to do a transaction on Binance Smart Chain before, but now I am moving to Ethereum or Uniswap, which is an Ethereum Smart Chain. So when I try to connect the wallet here, okay, it'll ask me to it'll ask me to switch. Okay, so if you see, please connect to the appropriate Ethereum network. Why? Because my my MetaMask is still pointing to Binance Smart Chain. So what I need to do, I need to come here and whatever is Ethereum mainnet, I connect to that. Okay. Now if you see, automatically it connected. Same thing again, if I want to buy something from what I want to buy, and again here also token, same thing. Don't go by the name. Always go to the CoinGecko website and get the corresponding tokens. For example, let's say I want to trade something like quads. Okay. Okay. So there could be multiple. If you see, like it showed multiple quads tokens. Okay. So always go by the contract. Now again, if you see here, for Ethereum, this is a symbol. So it's showing like, okay, this is the contract on Ethereum. There could be some tokens which are available on multiple chains. So the same token will have, one contract on Ethereum, one contract on, different chain. Okay. So make sure like whatever network you are connecting. So copy the corresponding contract. Okay. Paste it here. So it will bring. Okay. So now you can trade. You can give whatever amount of Ethereum you want. It will tell you how many tokens. Same thing again. If you click on confirm, it's going to show you. It's going to pop up on your MetaMask, and it's going to show you like what is the fees and all that stuff. Okay. So for newcomers, please do not trade on Ethereum. Okay, because the fees are so high. Okay, fees is like $100 per transaction. Even if you want to buy for $10, the transaction fee is $100. So don't do on Ethereum. Okay, unless you exactly know what you are doing, don't trade on Ethereum. Okay, so for now, stick to Binance Smart Chain or Polygon. Okay, again, Polygon also you will find. Let me show you one more example of Polygon. Okay, so okay, Nakamoto Games. Okay, if you see here. It's available on Polygon. So it's on Polygon chain. Maybe it's not updated here, but it's available on Polygon. So it's only showing KuCoin, but it is available on Polygon. Okay. So for Polygon, I think you have to go to SushiSwap, I guess. Okay. SushiSwap is an exchange for Polygon. Okay, so everything is similar, like Uniswap, all swaps, anywhere you hear swap, okay, that means it is like a decentralized exchange. Okay, so again, some exchanges are like, for example, SushiSwap, you can connect to both Ethereum as well as Polygon also. So let me just change. So whenever you want to connect to a different network, first you need to change your network in your MetaMask and then connect to that. It's taking some time. Okay, so let's say I want to connect to Polygon. So I simply go. I've already set up all these things. You can set up as many networks as possible. Okay, Matic network is my Polygon network. Okay. So same thing everywhere. It'll ask you to connect your this thing. Where are connecting? Something wrong with the website, but same thing. Like depending upon what network you're connecting, make sure you go and change the network on your MetaMask first, and then come to the corresponding network. Corresponding swap. Okay. Any questions? How do you know what? Okay, one question is you said like how not to look up with the transaction ticker. Okay, how do you know what is a legit? So generally, legit means like you need to go to their website, and then generally they give the transaction the contract there. Okay. or if you can simply go on to CoinGecko, and in CoinGecko it will show you both. For example, how do I know this is the right Nakamoto games? Okay, so if you see, it's not only going to give you the contract, it's going to give you the website. So you can always go to their website. Their website has their contract address. You can go to the Twitter, you can go to their Telegram, you can find the data. Okay, so that's how you find. So generally you go to their website or Telegram, and from there you'll find out what it is. Okay, so if it is a different Nakamoto games, obviously website will be different, the Telegram will be different, and the contract will be different. So that's how you identify. Okay, any questions about how to trade with DEX, like how to set up your chains? I have shown you an example of what do you say, Binance Smart Chain, but you can set up any chain. You simply go to Google and say like set up Matic network, and it will give you. So add a network and do it. Okay. Any questions before I move to the next topics? Yeah, it should be available on your so whatever tokens you have bought, it should be available on your on your MetaMask. So for example, if you see here, okay, if you're seeing my screen, let's say if I bought something on Matic, so if you click on assets, it will show you what all my assets are. Okay, and for every network there is something called a scan. Okay, let me show you for Matic network. Okay, for Matic network, while setting up, it's going to ask you, it's going to tell you like, this is the scan site. Okay, so let me show you. So Matic network, how do I see what all tokens I have bought? Okay, so if you see, for every network you will have something called Explorer, block Explorer. Okay, so you can copy this. Okay, now go to that site. Okay, so Polygon scan. And now here you paste your address. Okay, now what is my address? Or wallet? What is my address? Is nothing but wallet address. Okay, I click on this and paste it. Hit enter. Okay. So this is what it is showing. So it's showing like I have $2.27 worth of Matic on my network, and I have 19 tokens. Okay. So all the tokens you can see here. Okay, same thing for everything. So like this is for Matic network. So if you want to know what is the balance on Binance Smart Chain, so that is BSC scan. So you go to BSC scan, type in your paste your address and click enter. Not only that, like you can see everything. Okay, what are the transactions you have done, when you did, what was the fees, all the things you can see. So this is what they mean by transparency. Anybody can see what transactions you have done. Okay, so not only your balances, transactions, everybody can see. Again, this is public knowledge. Like if you have my wallet address, even you can see. Okay, so it's transparent. You cannot access my wallet, but you can see the transactions in my wallet. Okay, so that's how you figure out what are the balance. Okay, how do you fund your MetaMask? Okay, you transfer the money from your exchange. Okay, so like go to any exchange. I mean, see, the thing is like, if you have Coinbase exchange, I don't want to display my Coinbase exchange, sorry. So go to your exchange and there you say withdraw. Okay, and when you ask for withdraw, it's going to ask you for an address. So for example, if you want to withdraw Ether from your Coinbase address, okay, so you go to your Ethereum mainnet, and let's say you want to withdraw to this address. Okay, so go to your Coinbase address, click on withdraw, and it'll ask you to which address you want to withdraw. So paste this address there. So it'll send the money to this address. Understood? So if you want to fund your wallet, like say for example, let me so for example, Smart Chain, I want to send like some money to it. Okay, so go to Binance. Okay, and copy this address, and in Binance you say withdraw. Okay, so in Binance you might have your BNB, right? So you say withdraw, and it's going to ask you, okay, what is the wallet? Okay, so it'll ask you paste this wallet, and it'll ask you what is the chain. Okay, so since you're withdrawing BNB, it'll say Binance. You have to select Binance Smart Chain. Okay, so it'll send. So always, whenever withdrawing, please make sure you do a test transaction with very limited amount, and only after it is successful, then withdraw big amounts. Okay, again, for everything there are like videos on YouTube. You can simply follow that. Okay. Again, from here also you can send it to your exchange. So for example, you funded your wallet and you made good profits. Now you want to get you want to cash it. So from here you can send your money. You can send here, and it'll ask you what is the address. So in Binance or like whatever Coinbase, you can say deposit, and then it will say, okay, deposit to this address. So copy that address and put it here. So for example, put that address here, and you can send the money from your MetaMask to your exchange. So you can do all that stuff. Okay, so please make sure you don't transfer tokens which have high fee. Okay, don't do any Ethereum based stuff. Don't do any transaction. Don't receive anything on Ethereum chain. Okay, ERC20 is Ethereum chain, so don't do. The fees are very high. Always try to do it on Binance Smart Chain or Polygon network. Okay, do on that. The fees are in cents. Okay. Next question, is Coinbase wallet similar to MetaMask?
Okay. Rajesh, just a pointer. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, if you allow for questions, they keep coming. Okay. However, okay. I know you might covered some topics and related to that before people forget you want to answer few, but just sharing my experience, bunch of questions keep coming. So what we can do, Rajesh, in the interest of time also, you cover one topic or whatever, and we'll going forward ahead of time, we'll schedule the topics and we'll say, okay, 30 minutes for whatever and 30 minutes for question and answer, and that's it. So something, so it is more streamlined. Just a opinion based on inputs from
Sure. No, completely agree. The reason I want to answer these questions now is this is very fundamental, very basics in order to do that. I'll take like a couple more questions and then I'll jump on to the next topic. Yeah, two more questions. Like anybody.
Yeah, got it, Rajesh. Also, it's almost coming to 2. What time you plan to end it, or how long you think?
I'll cover another topic. I'm just going to cover like it's a small topic, 10-15 minutes, and depending upon that, like if there are any questions, I'll answer. Okay, 2 more questions if anybody has on wallets, and then I'll jump on to the ICOs.
Okay, thank you, Rajesh. Sorry to interrupt.
No
just
problem.
Wanted to streamline a little better. Next time we will plan much better and go with a simple topic. Okay, cool. Thank you.
So when we buy coins from Coinbase, we don't select a wallet. Okay, why do we? So that's what the very first thing I told you. If you're on a centralized exchange, you don't have to worry about the wallet because that is taken care by your exchange. You don't have to worry about it. But if you want to do it on a decentralized exchange, then you need a wallet. This is your personal thing. It's not connected to a centralized exchange. So if you lose money is gone. So you have full control on this. Okay. So it's as good as having money. Let's say you have gold. Okay. If you put it in a bank, the bank will provide you a locker. Okay. But if you want to keep it in your home, you need to buy your own locker. Something similar. But if you keep it in your home, you have full control. You can take whenever you want, whenever you want, you can see whatever you want, you can do. Similarly, decentralized exchange is similar to your locker in your home. Centralized exchange is the locker in the bank. Okay. Is Coinbase wallet similar to MetaMask wallet? Yes, Coinbase wallet is similar to MetaMask wallet, but I would suggest go with MetaMask. Okay. It supports huge number of chains. It's very easy to use. It's very popular. Okay. You can use Coinbase wallet also, but it's not as popular as this. Okay. Okay, so I don't see any more questions. So let me jump on to the next topic. A lot of people showed interest on like ICOs, IDOs, and all that stuff. Okay, so what is an ICO, IDO, or IGO? Like you will see so many things. Okay, ICO initial coin offering, IGO initial game offering, IFO initial fund offering. Okay, IDO initial DEX offering. You will see IEO initial exchange offering. You'll see so many things. Okay, so like. This is exactly similar to IPOs in traditional stock market. So you buy the stock even before it's listed, so that when it lists, like if the project is good, if the company is good, you get huge profits. Okay, unless by so say it's very similar to that. Okay, but in crypto it is a little bit different. Okay, in order to participate in IDO, you need to do a lot of investment. Okay, you don't get IDO investment, like you don't get a chance to invest in IDOs very easily. Okay, so there are platforms which provide you IDO access. Okay, so one such example is the one which I like more is Black Dragon. Okay, so Black Dragon is a platform. Okay, so let me just open their homepage and okay. No, let me go to documentation. Okay, so there are like tons of platforms. There are tons of platforms. Every platform needs you to hold certain number of their specific tokens. Okay, so for example, Black Dragon is a IDO platform which provides you access to IDOs. Okay, so how do you get into IDOs? Okay, so if you see here, they have different tiers. Okay, you need to hold Black Dragon token. Okay, so if you see, they are saying this is our Black Dragon token, and if you hold this, then you have access to different IDOs or ICOs or like whatever it is. Okay, again, there are different levels. Okay, so if you hold 250 Black Dragon tokens, you have access to 60% of whatever deals they get. Let's say they get like 10 deals a month. Okay, then you'll have like 50 to 60% of the deals. Okay, because some of the deals, they are only available to higher tiers. Okay, if you hold 1,000 Black Dragon tokens, you have like access to 90% of the deals. If you hold 5,000 Black Dragon tokens, you have 95%. You have access to 95% of the deals. Okay, but if you hold 10,000, whatever deals that come to Black Dragon, you have the first. You are the first among people who will have access to it. But they are like very costly. Like for example, if you see Black Dragon token, each token is somewhere around like $12-13. Okay, so in order to hold 250 also, it's close to 250 into 12, it's like close to $3,000. Okay, so if you want to hold 1,000 Black Dragon tokens, okay, you need like around $13,000. So depending upon what level you are comfortable with, what amount you want to invest, you buy those. Okay, this is about Black Dragon. So if you go to, there is something called DuckDAO. Okay, you need to have like 200 DuckDAO tokens. Each DuckDAO token is like $25. Okay, so for 5,000 you get some access to some ICOs. Okay, so you can go on, like there are some where you need like $100,000 $200,000 investments also, okay, in order to get into IDOs. But the more higher you go, you get the best deals. Okay, is it worth? Okay, now the question is it worth? Like say for example, there are platforms like CD5 Fund, okay, where you need close to 14,000 tokens, and each token is $14, $12 to $14. So do the math. It's like a lot of money, more than $100,000. Okay, so like $200,000. But is it worth? Okay, it's worth to some people, because like if you put 200,000, if you buy $200,000 worth of tokens, they will give you allocations in like very hot projects. Okay, and some projects they list 1,000 times. Okay, 1,000 times means like if you bought for $1 during the ICO, that are listed for $1,000. Okay, for example, you can search for Blocktopia. Okay, Blocktopia, I think the ICO price was 0.40 cent one. Okay, now if you see 3 zeros or 4 zeros and 1, now if you see it's like 15 cents, so it's like more than 1,000 times. Okay, so if I put like $1,000, then I made $1 million. So depending upon like your risk level, okay, you can put how much money you want to risk, how many ICOs you want to participate, and all that stuff you can go. Okay, so the different platforms. Okay, again, I've given you some platforms which I feel like it's value for money, but again, it's up to you guys. You need to do your own due diligence. Okay, so once you have these tokens, you go to the Discord and then you tell like, hey, I have the tokens in so and so wallet, and then they will allow you into the Discord. Once you are there in their Discord, they will tell you like what are the in their Discord, they will tell you, okay, this is the project, this is the price, do you want to invest or not? So every platform has a different way of communicating what are the projects that are upcoming, and you can always participate or not participate. It's totally up to you. Okay, so anywhere from 5,000 to 200,000 you can invest. Okay, I'll show you one sample. Again, a lot of these exchanges, a lot of these platforms, you need to do KYC. Unfortunately, I don't have KYC. I can't do KYC because I'm in US. So I ask, like, if my friends are there, then I ask them to invest on my behalf. So some I'm able to invest, some I'm not able to invest. But okay, but people, like, before investing into these tokens, they are going to ask for KYC, and US people are not allowed. So don't do with your US credentials will not work. So unless you have somebody in US you can invest, who can invest on your behalf and all that stuff, do it. Okay. And I don't know tax purposes how they are going to work. So that's total, like, I never invest in any of the. I just tell my brother and he does it. So you need to figure out, like, how to do taxes and all that stuff. Okay. So if you don't have anybody in India who can do on your behalf, and you don't have money in India, I would not suggest. So figure out how you want to do. Okay, this is one example. This is one of the platforms. So if you see, this is a ICO token. Okay, they are offering. Okay, so this is the price. Okay, this is the project. This is the price. These are the terms. If you want to invest, you invest. Whenever they go live, they are going to send you the tokens. Okay, so that's how I've given you like 3 or 4 platforms. Everything looks very similar to this. Okay, everyone has their own Discord channel. You go into the Discord, you join them, you buy the tokens, and they will give you the deals. Whatever deal you like, you can say I want to invest, and they will tell you how to send the money. So you send the money and do it. Okay, so Black Dragon is the best value for money. At least that's what I felt. They get good projects, and for 1,000 BDT tokens, you can get access to good tokens. Okay, so figure out, like, if you want to go ahead and invest in it. But definitely, if you follow IDOs in good seasons, you can make 10x returns, 20x returns easily. Okay, so that's the advantage of ICOs. But again, at the same time, some ICOs might go to zero. Like you participate in the ICO, then they never launch it, so money is lost. Okay, so again, even though you are going through a platform, they don't give you any guarantee. It's totally up to you. Okay, you can lose money or you can make 10x. So depending upon, you need to do research on the projects. Okay, so that is about ICOs. Okay, that's what, these are the 2 topics I wanted to cover. Okay, I will do like 15 to 20 minutes Q&A. So feel free to ask questions. BDT tokens, do they lose value over a period of time? Yes, they can lose value. Okay, so generally, like, see, it's same season, right? It's like for example, everything, we are in a bull market. Okay, and everybody, like, a lot of people want to invest in ICO tokens. So obviously everybody wants to buy BDT tokens. So obviously the price will increase. We are in a bear market, then nobody wants to invest in ICOs. Okay, obviously BDT tokens value will fall down, so they don't want to invest. So again, so for example, Duck token, I have a friend in India. Okay, he participated in Duck DAO ICO. So he bought at $200 each token. Today it is $25 a token. Okay, he bought 200 tokens at $200. Like he put like 40,000, but he got other returns. Okay, can we take out our investment anytime, or there are rules? Every platform has their own rule. Okay, some platforms say you cannot sell till 6 months. Some platforms say you cannot sell till 1 year, or some platforms say that, okay, generally majority of the ICOs, what you don't get all the tokens at once, like unlike an IPO, where like if you say you buy $10,000 worth of stock, you don't get all the $10,000 worth of stock or the tokens in a single day. Okay, there will be vesting. Okay, they'll say like you will get 10% of the tokens when it listed, then monthly 5%, 10% you will get. So something like that. So let me show you. So if you see here, okay, so what is it telling? 0% unlocked at TG. Token TG is nothing but token generation when it goes live. Okay, 1 month cliff, then 16 months. So after after it is listed, you start getting tokens, and your entire amount is divided into 16 parts, and each month you get the token. So some people say like, if you sell our tokens, then you will not get the remaining months. Let's say you invested in this, you took the tokens for first 4 months, then you still have like 12 more months where you get like some more percentage. If you sell off that token, they'll say like, hey, you sold off our token, so the 12 months tokens we are not going to give you. So they are going to tell. Every platform has a different lockup period, rules, or whatever you want to say. Yeah, duckdao.io. Yes, I think I've shared a Excel sheet. I have given the links. I've given you the minimum amounts you want and all that stuff. You can check that out. Again, there are numerous. I have given you based on what I know, but there are so many others. Okay, any other questions? Can you share the Discord channel? It's not for me to share. Like you cannot join the Discord channel unless until you are a member. Okay, so you have to go through their official sites. You have to follow, what they tell in order to get into the Discord. Discord is not, it's not a free invite. Okay. Anybody has any questions regarding ICOs or like even trading across chains or any of the previous topics? Yeah, yes. Yeah, yes. Let's say you bought for IDO access on Black Dragon, even though we still lose value, we might still access them, right? Yes. So what happens is they will tell you like 1,000 Black Dragon tokens you need to have. Okay. It doesn't matter whether it's like $10 each token, $20 each token, $30 each token, doesn't matter. Okay. As long as you have 1,000 BDT, it is there. No, our bank account will tie to MetaMask or Coin. No, you cannot tie your bank account to MetaMask or CoinGecko is just a website which will give you some information where the tokens are listed. All it's not an exchange. And MetaMask is just a wallet. You cannot tie your bank account. Okay, passive income generation. Okay, can you explain about passive income? I think that should be a different topic. Okay. That's going to take time for me to explain what is passive income. And for that, you have to be very thorough on how to trade with DEXs. Okay, what is a MetaMask wallet? How do you trade it and all that stuff? Any idea about Solis coin? Should we buy as an IDO? Like, I don't know. Like, you need to give me that on that website link and all that stuff, and I need to do some research on that and tell you, because every day, like, there are 100 tokens coming into the market, 100 IDOs, they list 100 IDOs. Okay. Mining. Okay. Mining. What do you mean by mining? I explained in the first class. Okay. First session. In order to do a transaction, okay, somebody needs to verify. For example, if you do a transaction in your bank, okay, let's say you want to send $100 to your friend. So you'll say like, send $100 from my account to his account. So the bank is there in the middle who will make sure that you do have $100 in your account. And, once you do a transaction, they will deduct $100 from your account and credit $100 into your friend's account. Okay. And for that, bank may charge a fee that could be in any form. Okay. Now, but for example, for this exchange, for this decentralized exchange, there is no central authority. Okay. When you do a transaction, there is no central authority. So there are people who are called validators. Okay. So they do the transactions. And if you have seen, for every transaction, you pay a fee. So that fee is distributed to the people who validate. That is nothing but mining. When you say mining, you are validating transactions. Okay, how about seek? How and where do I buy? Okay, see, this is exactly the same thing I told. Very first thing I told, how do you buy a token? I said, go search the token in CoinGecko. Okay, and see where you can buy. Okay, go CEK, search for that seek via token. Click on this. Okay, go to the markets. Okay, so here it is. Okay, you can buy anywhere here. So for everything, it's the same thing. For every token, this is the same process you need to follow. Nothing different. You want to buy, what are the best 1 cents? Okay. All whatever tokens you are listed, Doji and all that stuff. Okay. Those are all meme coins. Okay. So at least for me, I don't want to invest in meme coins. Okay. It's totally up to you. You can again, you can search, like you can search for meme tokens in the market. I'll give you a list. Okay. Doji, SHIB, like there are so many Inu coins. Okay. Every day 5 or 10 coins come into picture. But again, it's not a good investment strategy. But again, it's totally up to you how you want to do it. Okay. Is it too late to get into Seek now? No, anything can happen. I mean, Seek can go to $3. It's up to you how much risk you want to take, because Seek went from like 1 cent to $1.13 and it fell back to 47 cents. So if the market picks up, Seek can go to again like $3. If the BTC dumps, it can go anywhere. Okay, what about carbon and all that stuff? See, I know some tokens, but I don't know all the tokens. Okay, so you need to do some research. How do you know next bull cycle has come or about to start? Okay, can anybody tell me, when the stock market will pick up and when the stock market will go down? Nobody knows. If they know, then they are millionaires, right? Nobody knows when, we are going to have a bull cycle, when you are going to have a bear cycle. Okay. So you always have to, do some analysis. So how do you do analysis? Like as long as people are buying, like big smart money is buying, bull cycle is, very near. If smart money is selling, then bear cycle is near. Okay. So describe about NFT, DAO, IPO. Okay, IPO, I don't think there is anything called IPO. NFT, I'm going to take a session. DAO is more of a concept. It has nothing to do with the trading. Okay. Decentralized autonomous organization. So decentralized autonomous organization is like for every token, the token holders, they become a DAO. Okay. So any decisions they want to do, they put it for public vote, and people who are holding the tokens, they can vote for it. Okay, what they want to do with the tokens. For example, there is, let's say tomorrow Binance Smart Chain wants to introduce, like, let's say they want to say, we will introduce like new NFTs. Okay, if they if they want votes, then they will say like, okay, the token holders, please vote. So the group of token holders is called nothing but DAO. NFT, I will take another session. So CoinGecko is a site to search for any coin where to buy. Yes. Do we need to keep our money in Coinbase first, and from there we can buy through MetaMask? Yes, first you need to send money to your Coinbase, then buy the corresponding chain tokens. Like if you want to buy on Ethereum, you need to buy Ethereum and send it to your MetaMask. If you want to buy on Binance Smart Chain, then you buy Binance Smart Chain like BNB and send it to your MetaMask and trade it. Yes. If there is no control on new token, how can we evaluate? What do you mean no control? Whenever somebody is listing, they will give you like how many tokens there are, how many they are going to put it into the market, how much money they are collecting, what is their roadmap. All that information will be given. Okay, so based on that you need to do. If not meme coins, what are the best 1 cent coins? Okay, go and search. I've already shared my Degen tokens. Okay, in the chat, I've given like some good tokens which are like less than 10 cents. So go and check. At least like there are 10 of them. You can buy them. Exo is one of a good token where you can buy. It's like less than a penny, but good fundamentals. Again, these are all my thoughts. Okay, when I say something to buy, you should not be buying blindly, because if you lose money, you're going to lose your money. At the same time, if you make money, you are going to make money. I'm not going to make money. So I can only tell you whatever I can think of. Okay. Based on that, you need to do your research. What are the main uses of using tokens other than financial transaction? Every token has a utility. Okay. So for example, gaming tokens. With the gaming tokens, you can buy stuff in games. Okay, I am sure like you might have played games where you need to buy some stuff in the game in order to advance. Okay, so gaming tokens have their own utility. Okay, Ethereum, it's a platform where you can build stuff. Okay, every token, like it's same like stock. Okay, every token has a certain utility, If you think that utility is going to work, then buy that token. Otherwise, no. But yes, it's not just for financial transaction. Every token has a utility. You need to read their white paper in order to understand what the utility is. How do you judge a coin has a good fundamentals or not? Yeah. So same like a stock. Okay. Same like a stock. Let's say somebody comes and says, I'm going to build something like a Facebook, and like there are two developers. Okay. And they are issuing an IPO for $5 billion. Would you go and buy? Would you go and invest? No, obviously no, right? Because two developers cannot develop something like a Facebook, and they're collecting huge amount of money. So same thing with a token. If somebody is trying to build something big, okay, and you need to check, do they have enough team? Do they have enough resources? Do they have enough experience? Are they raising too much money than what is required? Okay, does their roadmap looks good? Okay, who are supporting them? Who are their partners? Okay, what is their roadmap? Okay, are they saying, we are just collecting money and we will develop after 5 years? So those are the things fundamentally you need to check. Can you suggest here where are current good coins on DEX to explore? What, I didn't understand the question. How do you find the coins on good coins to buy? Follow YouTube channels, read the blogs. That's how you find. CoinGecko can only tell you like where to buy, where to sell. That's all. Is there any hedge funds who control the price, supply, and demand? Yes, obviously, right? Grayscale is a hedge fund. Okay, they buy a lot of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all that. Like Tesla has $1.5 billion of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy has a lot of Bitcoin. So yes, they can control supply and demand.
So Rajesh, I know a bunch of topics might be there. You definitely covered what you think was voted, right? So in that perspective, is that covered? Are we done?
Yes, we are done.
Okay. Yeah. And also you answered many questions. So anybody who is hearing, everybody can hear. If you want to unmute yourself, it's on as well right now. Everybody can unmute themselves if you want to talk something. It passed 1 hour. So everybody, a lot of people have been putting effort, right? Rajesh from nowhere, he jumped in out of affection, association with Sai. He wants to help. And today I have learned a lot. And of course, I have to start. So it will be all Greek and Latin. That's another thing. And so many questions were answered patiently without even, without showing any disinterest. So one request we never did was asking people if you can refer somebody, take this work with one word forward, right? Today, Krishna K has got many answers. I don't know if he's active member here. So one request is, if you think this has added value, let's take one moment to tell to one of our friends, hey, this is something useful that they've been doing. At the end of the day, self-effort is what will give us money. We all know that. That's a life lesson. Nothing with stock or Bitcoin or anything. Work, our own work. If I don't put effort, they will fire me tomorrow. So one request is, if you think it is adding value, please do put a word to your friends, families, so we take it forward. And you all know this is $9.99. Nobody is offering that price in the market. While he's doing a service, he also needs to maintain the website. That's why it is being charged. And for that, you get a lot of content on the website if you're really using it. I personally use it, so I know the value. I know the value for stocks, how you can play with this data. Because I put effort and learn. That's up to you or all of us to use the website or not. But $9.99 is dead deal. So one request is put a word to our friends, family, friends, and it is very useful, that I know. Recently, we bought options and also crypto, which Rajesh is adding a lot of value. So I think we're going to do more streamlined process, come up with topics, and then a simple question and answer. And we want to limit any sessions going forward to 1 hour. This is what exactly the words from Sai. So that way, everybody's time is respected, especially Rajesh's time, right? From nowhere, he's helping. I have great gratitude, Rajesh, for your time and what you have been doing. So thank you for that. So on that note, I think we will if you don't want to cover any topics, then we will end. Of course, few questions are there, I believe. We'll quickly cover and end it in next 5 minutes. Going forward, we'll streamline to 1 hour 15 minutes. That way, it's respectful for. Another thing, also, team, as one word you put it to your friends and family, one thing you also write in piece is squared. That way, it motivates others. Because until we get FOMO when only stock goes away. When Bitcoin goes to 60K from 30K, wow, we should have invested. Before, no, we don't want to invest. So attention comes when people speak high about it. Definitely great session. Rajesh has been adding a lot of value. So I request take one word to put what you have got. That way it motivates others. Just on a positive perspective. We are not doing anything. Just positive perspective. Yes. Well, I used it. It will help. Maybe it triggers somebody to learn and improvise their financial. The reason I tell is I got into stock market because of only one post. Sai said with clear screenshot, he is very transparent as we all know. From $10,000, 40,000 in 2 months. VXRT was the stock. It's just stuck in my mind. Why can't I do when this person is doing? That is it. So just it motivates, definitely motivates. It happened to me. So you can help 1 or 2 people. We don't know. So keep a word there. It's going nowhere. You're getting info. Put a word. So I never did that. I'm openly asking or mentioning today. This is very much needed is what I felt. Okay. On that note, Rajesh, I believe, let's see. Is it praising or any questions?
Yeah. Again, see, crypto is not as easy as stocks. There is a learning curve, but it is well worth the effort. Okay. Again, like if I was into stocks again. I mean, I still do stocks, but very, very minimum. But if I have to choose between crypto and stocks, I would undoubtedly pick crypto. Okay. Another thing is crypto is very new. We are very, 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 very early. Okay. So it's as good as people started like if you know somebody who has been trading since 20, 30 years, who has started stock market when it was early, imagine the amount of knowledge he will have now. Okay. Somebody is trading since like 20, 30 years. He will be definitely a very pro trader. Okay. So similarly, crypto is that opportunity. We are very new. 2017, a lot of people got into, but still it's very new, very nascent. It's hardly like 2.3 trillion market cap across all cryptos. Okay. Traditional market, I guess it's like $500 trillion across the world. Now crypto is across the world. So we are very, very early. Okay. So it has a steep learning curve, but it is like you can make a lot of money. Just take any token, right? Like now a lot of people say like BTC is volatile. Yes, it is very volatile, but everybody wants to become rich in a day. Okay, let's simply let me just go back to take top 25 coins. Okay, and give it like 6 months of time. Okay, take any token, top 25 tokens, and give 6 months of time. Okay, and see from where it has gone to where. Okay, so for example, okay, BTC. Okay, so just take look at a longer chart. Okay, so let me put it max. Okay, and see from where it has gone to where. Okay, so see 2019 it was like 3,000. 2020, so there is volatility. So if you see it has gone up, fall down, but on a longer term, anywhere like more than a year or so, take any token, amazing profits. Okay, so Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin. Okay, let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum came from like $200 to 4,000. Okay, take Solana, like take Solana a year ago. Imagine like if you identified this particular project a year ago and put like some money into this, where it would have been. So people only like the main reason why people lose money is they don't have patience. You need to stick to a token. Okay, again not to meme coins. Okay, I'm not discouraging or like no disrespect for anyone who wants to trade in meme coin. Meme coins you will not get anywhere unless until you start very, very early. Okay, if you start buying SHIB now, okay, check how it's like pure pump and dump. Okay, you will hear YouTube videos saying it will go to $1.01. No, don't trust on meme coins. Okay, try to do some due diligence. Put some money in meme coins, but that should not be the only thing which you trade, or that should not be your motivation to come into crypto. That's what I mean to say. Okay, so find some coins and give some time to it. Okay, don't say like, okay, I bought Bitcoin now, like it's been a month, it has done nothing. Yes, but look at a longer term period, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Identify some good tokens, okay, and see where they have gone. Okay, Polygon Matic, see, like till a year ago, it was like 3 cents. Okay, again, I was not there in this channel, but like who are my friends were, I told Polygon, I told them to buy Polygon Matic at 3 cents. Okay, Mana, Sandbox and Mana, I told them to buy like around 30-40 cents. Today, see where they are, $3, $4. Solana, I told my friends to buy at like $2, $9, $45. They bought it. I told my friends to buy AVAX at like between $12 and $30. Now it is $100. So you need to give some time. At the same time, and again, if you buy something at like today, let's say you buy Solana at $180. I believe in Solana. I believe it can go to $1,000. So if you buy at 180, tomorrow it falls down to 150. You should not panic, because if you panic and sell, you are at a loss and you'll never come back into crypto. You need to study about the project, what it is. You need to have a conviction. And then if you have a conviction, then you'll say, okay, I'm buying at 180 now, but if it falls down to 150, I'll dollar cost average. So you'll be able to do that only if you look at a long-term perspective and if you believe in the project. Don't buy a project just because someone told you. Okay, do your own research. Okay, then you'll understand positives and negatives, and that will help you hold through the bear market. Okay, so that's my suggestion. Crypto is not easy. It has a lot of learning curve, but yes, it's well worth that effort. Okay. I hope I answered all the questions. There was one question like you can still find on TradingView. I'm sure I have seen TradingView. You just type BTC and it will show you. I don't know if it is a paid service or not, because I am not into technicals and all that stuff. But yes, TradingView has crypto tokens. Okay. So yeah, thanks for joining the session. Okay, I hope I was able to provide you something of value. Okay, happy trading.
Hey, Rajesh, one question.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on the staking? Like
it's good. It's good. So the thing is, if you want to hold something for a long term, stake it. See, if you want, let's say, for example, if you believe in some projects which you want to hold for long, then instead of just having it somewhere doing nothing, stake it, right? So now DOT is it's a very good price, like $20-$25. Okay. If crypto is here to stay, I see DOT going to $100 in like 1-2 years. So stake it, you're getting 12% interest. So let's say like you buy 100 DOT today. You can get a lot of interest, right? And after 1 year, you just sell whatever you got as interest. Okay, and your 100 DOT will be like you can just keep it. Okay. So if you want to keep it for long term, then stake it.
Okay. So do we have any like CoinGecko, like anywhere where I can go and see where I can stake it?
That you need to see different exchanges. Yeah, you can right. Simply search in Google. Not CoinGecko okay. is not there. There is something called. There are a couple of websites. Okay, again, not all information might be present on them, but I'll give you some tokens. But say for example, you want to stake a BTC. How to stake BTC? You hit on Google and you'll find 10 different websites.
Okay. And one more thing. Again, similar to staking, we have this. Liquid mining or pooling, right?
Yeah. So that you need to understand. Unless until you know exactly what you're doing, providing liquidity is much more riskier than this. Okay. So for example, if you buy, let's say you buy a token, it's like options. Okay. Options versus stocks. Okay. So stocks, if it goes up or down, yes, you only lose whatever is going up or down. But options, it's not like that, right? So same liquidity mining is also like that. And as option expire, if the token value goes down a lot, then you might lose your entire amount. So liquidity providing, staking versus liquidity providing is as good as stocks versus options. The risk levels.
Okay. Staking, you will get whatever you can get.
Yeah.
It's only the value of the token is going down. But in this case, it's a different. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. You might lose your entire stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm hearing this DFI a lot these days. What is your saying on that?
DFI or DEFI?
DeFi chain. DFI.
DFI. I need to look. I say there are thousands of coins. I'll definitely look into. But DeFi is not a coin. DeFi is a concept. Decentralized finance is a coin. But let me look at DFI. Okay, if you can pass me the website, I will take a look.
Yeah, the coin name is DFI. Token name is, and its full name is DeFi chain.
Okay, this one, DeFi chain. If you're seeing my screen.
I'm seeing Solana. Oh, okay. On your search, right?
Yeah, this is one.
This one.
Let me take a look. Okay. See, first thing I can tell you. See, 1.2 billion tokens, and each token is $3.70. Okay. So, do you think it's going to go? It's worth $3.6 billion.
Okay.
First, that thing. Okay. Again, there could be so many other things. So you need to understand. Okay. What value it has, but again, it has a good total value logged. For everything, there are different ways of evaluating a token. But I'll definitely let me take a look at this.
Okay, fine, no problem. Yeah. Thanks, Rajesh. Thanks for your inputs. Yeah.
Okay. If we are done, then again, thanks a lot for joining the session.
I think, if we are interested, it will never be done, Rajesh.
Okay.
But thank you so much, Rajesh. You have definitely given us interest and also, success possibility. Again, it depends on risk, reward, and effort.
Yes.
If we keep all the last 3 points aside and want to make money, it will not happen.
Exactly.
When we lose, the preachers will look like, man, I thought he was a preacher, but these points are great.
Yeah. So there are days where I lost my portfolio came down from $80,000 to $6,000, but luckily I held on to that, and again I made back my money. And I believe crypto is here to stay. So again, everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has different risk levels. According to your risk levels, play. Whatever I am saying is just my opinion. Don't go by that. Okay.
Yeah. Great, Rajesh. If we continue, it keeps on going. So one request, guys, if you think, please do add some value in the PC Squared. That way, it helps and motivates others. Okay. Other than that, thank you so much for joining today. We'll continue to do these sessions. Rajesh is here, and ThinkSabio, admins, everybody are actively looking into crypto thing and how we can improvise that part as well. It's a message from Sai. So just want to let you know all, and have a good weekend for the rest of the day. Tomorrow we have another session coming up. Whoever is interested in that, please do join, and same story there. Okay. Thank you, Rajesh. You have a good day, and thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.